So here we are in Maple Bay, and we're departing to go to Gibsons. In 1972, the Beachcomber series started. I was 12 years old at the time, and I think I've seen every episode. And about 6 years back, it became a dream of mine to actually go out there and see Molly's Reach, the restaurant that it was made into, and go see the area around there. So here we go. Here we're coming up on a tidal debris field. Pretty hazardous because even a branch 2 inches long and 1/8 of an inch wide can get jammed into the jet impeller and leave you pretty much crippled. You'd have to limp home at maybe 6 miles an hour. So it's kind of disabling, and there's a ton of stuff in here. So it's a real hazard. You have to drive around it.
They're about 4-foot waves. I don't know if you can really see it on a GoPro, but that's all that is. It's dead calm today, and these are just tidal waves. So anyway, Vancouver's over there. This Strait of Georgia, 130 miles long, 17 miles across. We're heading, well, roughly right there. Okay,
so just to clarify, what we're looking at here is a tide line where two streams of water are going in opposite directions. One is lighter and one is darker, and they don't mix. I think it might have something to do with specific gravity and the thermocline. And I'll tell you, it was creepy and unsettling to be there. I didn't know what to expect, and the waves were very strange. On the way in, we encountered some large vortexes way bigger than the jet ski, and I couldn't film that because I was just trying to keep from tipping over. So that's not on the video, unfortunately.
And so yeah, this is big stuff. It's about 130 miles from that end to that end, and about 17 across. I don't know, maybe another 15 kilometers to go. So we're at the halfway point. I'll just make a circle here, and you can see quite a ways to the mainland. So this is a 360-degree circle. Pretty choppy. Steve's out on the other side. He's over there. He didn't know I was taking some film, but anyway, we're in the middle, about the 8 miles out from any shoreline. And it's about 7 miles in that direction. And it's pretty much solid. Whitecaps probably doesn't show up all that much on film, but pretty rough. That dot, that white dot is, hang on, that white dot over there is Gibsons, and here comes Steve.
So this is a shot of Steve bouncing along over the waves. This was a 4-hour journey where you're bouncing, and pretty much every wave would come over the bow and hit you in the face. And basically that's what it was for, yeah, a total of 4 hours. It was really brutal.
The last 17 miles, that's miles, not kilometers, something like that. Straight to Gibsons, we're almost there. I've got about another 4 miles to go, and the idea.
So we're wearing wetsuits. The temperature outside is around 33 above, and the ocean temperature got to about 69 degrees Fahrenheit. It was comfortable. You definitely need a wetsuit in those kind of conditions, and without that, you're not fine.
Oh, here's Steve and I. This is Gibsons. This is the harbor here. It's at the the mountains look like around here. And that's the actual town. So we finally... The yellow building in the background, I don't know if that shows up. There's Molly's Reach. So here we are, Gibsons. Going to do a 360. So we're going to go up to Molly's Reach now and maybe have a Molly burger or something like that.
I tried to identify the docks and the configuration the way it was in the Beachcomber series. Now, over the 50 years, I think that the whole dock network was really changed quite dramatically, so it's almost impossible to tell which dock most of the activity happened on. I think it's right now what you're seeing is very different from the original, and it's anybody's guess, but I believe the dock that we're on right now was the main dock where most of the filming took place, and where Relic was tied up with his boathouse and lived there. So you might have seen a construction zone right next to the reach. That was the location of Nick's boat, the Persephone. We asked some of the vendors what happened with the boat and where it is, and no one had a clue. I think maybe the reach's days are numbered. The millennial generation, I don't think, has a grasp on the whole Beachcomber series and is probably not interested in maintaining that. So probably in the fairly near future, Molly's Reach will be demolished and they'll probably put a condo complex or something like that in that location. So cue the Beachcombers theme song again as we take one more look at Molly's Reach and the surrounding area. So halfway across the Strait of Georgia, we intercepted a Vancouver Island ferry. This one was going to Nanaimo, probably originating out of Vancouver. The picture here depicts exactly what you see when you're on the jet ski. Pretty much every wave would punch you in the face and you'd have just the hardest time even seeing what was in front of you. So our plan was, well, we had been pounding the waves for about 3 hours now. We were getting kind of tired. We were going to go in behind the ferry and hopefully find flat water. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The vortex of the props just sort of compounded with the waves and made it worse. The other problem was that the ferry goes around 22 miles an hour, and in these kind of waves, the best we could do was maybe about 20 miles an hour. So we kind of fell behind. We decided then to just keep going and head across the Strait of Georgia to Galliano Island. Got to Galliano Island, we continued on north to film a shipwreck. That'll be in a separate video. Then after the shipwreck filming, we turned around and went back south to Maple Bay, and on the way we came across an island full of seals, and after that we just went straight to Maple Bay and back home. So we just wanted to end the video with somewhat of a description as to where exactly we went. We started off here in Maple Bay and left the bay up through this strait, went up and entered the Strait of Georgia on the south end of Valdez Island. We continued up towards Gibsons, which is over here. And you can see more of that. And right over here is Molly's Reach and the Persephone, which isn't there anymore. And then on the way back, we went back out through the Strait of Georgia to Nanaimo, and then along the inland ocean ways back to Maple Bay.